Hello, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Factorio Space Age. So I tried to record this episode yesterday. Got up to the space thing, so I've actually launched the starter pack and all that stuff, and I'm slowly starting to rebuild my inventory. Try to get things back. I'm currently in the process of doing this, so I can make some more of these guys. Um, so I want to have some more rocket things built, and it, I will say that as soon as I got to the space platform, I, I, I'm sure I ran into the same problem that a lot of people have run into, where you were completely confused. It broke my brain, and I had no idea what I was doing, and so I'm now in the process of trying to see, that's three. Trying to get everything kind of back and rebuilt. And I'm gonna build some more platforms. So I end up watching Exterminators kind of how to build things. And that kind of helped me quite a bit. Let's see, let me get me some construction bots here, get those back in my inventory. And then I also want to do logistics bots. I want none of those. No, I want none of those. Um, so that way we can get some construction bots back into our inventory, and that way hopefully we'll be able to start building things again. So there's a couple of things. So we have this guy here. You have an inventory here that slowly allows you to do things. I'm going to, yeah, so I'm just going to click this. I have to take these guys out. I'm going to say automatic request from space platforms. For now, I'm going to change it. Actually, I'm going to unchange that one. I'm going to do this instead. Let's do this guy right here. Like this. Oh, nope, let's go the other way. So I'm going to do this so that we can get these guys up. That is not what I want to do at all. Go out here. Go down like this. This can go down like this. This can go down like this. All right. So now what I want to do is once all these guys kind of get built, probably want to take this guy and put him down here. So until I get my bots, I can get these guys, figure out where I'm going with them. All right. And then these guys will all eventually get built for us. We'll do, actually, I may have, all right, I have enough of those now. So I'm going to basically, we're going to do like this guy here, do that guy there. Let me get us a red guy here. Right, so that will allow us to start building rockets. Let me get us this guy here, like this. Of course, they're too far apart to be able to get those guys in. And then we'll get us a nice little guy out here like this. So once all these guys get built, we should start building a rocket here also. Now I'm going to change this one. I'm going to say this one to automatic request from space platforms. Okay, and then we need to get. I will just do it like that. That's fine. So what I'll end up doing here is having multiple of these guys. I'm gonna build another one of those like that. Let's see, build this, but I'm gonna flip this vertically like this. going to build these guys down here like this instead. And this should allow us to basically start paging this all the way down. And building as many of these as we want to. What I'm gonna do is, as I get these things, I'm just gonna pocket craft them, and trying to route all those things. I don't feel like dealing with it, and I don't need that many of these to be able to do that with. All right, so now with that, we should be able to go to the map. I should be able to go to this guy, and now I can just go out to my space platform. So I've kind of built my space platform up here a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build. I'm going to hit Q here, and then this is it's kind of like landfill. So I can hit like the plus sign here, right, and make it larger. I can make it smaller, right. And like I said, I watched Exterminator's kind of how to on this, because I kind of it was literally breaking my brain. And now you'll see that this is going to kind of is just going to build me a big platform out here, right? Now I have these guys are built like this. Now if I hit my map key and I go back down here, now this guy is set. He should start requesting. He should take the request from the space platform, and they should start bringing that stuff to him. Yeah, see, there's basically it's a 50 request because there's a satellite ready. It loaded the 50 space platforms in, and then it's going to auto launch that to the space platform. Now, if I go back to M, I go back to my guy here. Once we do see that land, eventually, maybe. You kind of zoom in and out. Anytime. Just sitting here waiting for grass to grow. So there's the rocket landing. And then it will build that stuff. So it's just going to automatically request the stuff from the planet. So basically it's just a big requester chest. All right. Now this guy here has some storage in it, and these are the things that I have in it. I've sent way too much stuff up here. I don't need to send it down here. Now, if I want to, I can send some of these things back. But really what we're trying to do here, and the purpose of the beginning of this, is for us to get space science. All right. So I'm sure if I watched some of the tricks and everything, it probably would have. But this is so, and you can build up here without being here. Even if you are here, you're stuck in this box. You can't get out and walk around. So that was very confusing to me. And then, so I'm going to go to space here, and I'm going to go to asteroid collectors, right? So I'm going to double click this guy, and then this is my asteroid collector. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to put this guy over here like this, right? And actually, if I wanted to, I can put him out here, right? I can put one out here. I can put one out here, right? And then that guy kind of goes to right there, and I can put a third one here, right? And then we'll spin this guy out over here. And you don't need a lot of these. Exterminator basically said that the amount of asteroids that are kind of on the planet are limited anyway, or in the, and not the planet, but in this area are kind of limited. So you can't really do a lot of stuff with it, right? The other thing you're going to need up here is a asteroid. Let's see, where are we going here? Now I want to go, no, it's back here. So the cargo bay recipe, cargo bay, I can basically attach it to this thing if I want to, and it will add more storage for this. And then, so we can do it like this and kind of expand it out this way if we want to. And it kind of builds, everything kind of builds on its own, and it kind of does what it needs to do. So you can make this thing a lot bigger if you want to, and then that kind of expands out like how much storage you can have, right? So obviously we have a lot more storage here for different items and different stacks, right? So really what we're waiting for right now is for these things to figure out how to make more of this. right? So what are we really waiting for here? Are we just waiting for time? So because this thing needs 20 cable and every 15 seconds, this thing's going to be making probably more than that, right? So if I really wanted to and I was smart, I would kind of move this whole thing over to be able to build more of these things. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's see. Let me go Control C like this, and then I'm going to flip it horizontally like this. Okay, and then well, let's just go ahead and do a whole thing like this. Get that guy picked up and move you over one. And then we're going to do like this. So that way we have more of these things being brought in, because I'm going to need. It's one of those things like when you first need it's everything else in Factorio. When you first need it, you need a lot of them. But originally I put this here because I was just dumping it straight into this thing. Not a good plan, right? So what I would do is I would have a setup like this where you have multiple of these guys that are kind of. Okay, we're missing blues. Missing blues here. What else am I missing in that? So these guys are just slow, right? So I'll eventually get all of those. The blues will eventually start to catch up, and that way I can handcraft a couple more of these. I'm probably going to craft like 3 or 4 of them, just because that way when I do need something, I can get it fairly quickly. And right now we just need a bunch more space platforms because that's kind of what we need. Now this guy here is going to it may be, let's see, hit M, hit space Q, right? So I still need a lot more stuff up here. Now with these guys, what I want to do is, and you'll see it's mad because it doesn't have any things on it, right? And then I want to go here. I want to do this guy, put him there, so he's gonna get built, right? And then next thing I want to do is get me, and I don't think you have to have power poles here. I think the power poles, I think it's all kind of just ran. But what we do want to do is get some power. Oh, there they are, power. Now the solar panels in space get 200%. Basically extra power down or up here. So solar panels kind of what you want to start with up here. So there's more of those things coming in. That will kind of build what we need to there. And it's just going to be slow until we get all these things done. Now, the next thing we need to do is we'll go ahead and do this guy here. We'll do this. We'll do this one. Do this. We'll do this one, right? And then we'll get us some belts. And you just hit E to bring this menu up. And then kind of whatever you have. E. That, right? And then so what we're doing is we're just going to put all these guys in here like this. Now, the problem is these things, they're just going to grab any asteroid that's in their range, right? So once they have power, once they have the ability to put stuff up here, they're going to kind of put whatever's in their range, they're just going to launch it. And we're going to do that. All right, so we're still... And unfortunately, this thing is only going to launch when it can get a full load. So it does that when it it's like, okay, well, you need 50 up there. So if I need one space platform, it will wait until I have 50, and then it will send all of them. So unfortunately, just kind of the way it is. But it keeps you from being wasteful, right? Which is helpful. All right, so let's get back up to the space platform. And there's a lot of jumping around and stuff like that. And like I said, you can go back up here, but you don't really need to unless you really want to. So, so hopefully by the time we get all this stuff going. Now, the next thing we need is we need a couple of these things, right? So let me get back over here, and then I have this crusher, right? And the crusher doesn't, I don't know if it really matters. So I'm just going to put 3 of these guys down like this, right? And then the first one here, I'm going to set to do, this one's going to make iron ore. So basically the way these, I'm going to actually do them backwards. I'm going to do this one. And then I'm going to do this one. And then I'm going to do, let's see, this one. Okay. So the way this works is you get ice, carbon, and iron from here. So now on this one, I want to take and build, where is an electric furnace? Now, if you don't have any electric furnaces up here, and you go to put an electric furnace down like I just did, and I go back down here now, this thing's going to request 50 electric furnaces. So I put down 1, it's going to request 50, right? So it's basically going to have 50 of them brought in. Once it has the 50 of them brought in, eventually, because now it's got 2, so it's got to wait for all 50 of them to show up. Then it's going to send that up there for us. Okay, and then so now what we're going to do here is we're going to do this. We're going to go here like this, right? This guy here, I'm going to put a filter on, and I'm going to tell it to only pull in metallic asteroid chunks. So whenever you build one of these things, it has a chance to like, so this one gives me stack size to 50, right? Rocket capacity 10 stacks, right? So basically I can get the ore, but there's a chance I can get a metallic asteroid chunk back. So if I get a metallic asteroid chunk back, then I don't want to, that's not good, right? So, but now I'm going to take another one of these guys and put it over here. This guy's going to use a filter, and it's only going to be iron ore, right? So basically I want to put chunks back in here. I want to put iron ore in here, and then we'll put the iron plates back into there, right? Just a nice little circle going aroundy thing, right? Not a big deal. All right, now the next thing we need while we're up here and we're waiting for everything to get caught up is this guy right here. I'm gonna put you right down here. There's something else coming in, and there's that guy for us, right? This guy I'm going to make white science, right? So I need ice, iron plate, and I need carbon. So that's why I'm changing or smelting the iron plate or iron chunks into iron plates, because I need it to. Okay, same thing here. Do that, and we'll do that. Okay, now this only needs like what, 1, 2, and 1, right? Now, the other problem we're going to have here is right now we have an issue where we can't control what these things are grabbing, and it's going to make it a problem. So the way Exterminator did this was he set up some combinators, and I don't do a lot of combinator usage. I don't do a lot of red things. I think it's the red one I need. Now, this is going to be a problem because I don't have combinators on me. So I need to go down here, and then if we look here, we're going to look and see. This thing should request it, and it may not request it because it doesn't have them, the ability to have them. So I'm going to go in here and find them here. So I need copper and green circuits. Go grab me a bunch of copper. And then I'm going to grab me that. And then I'm going to make me a bunch of those. All right, that's going to take me a minute. All right, let's do that, and then we'll do that too. And then all those guys are going to take off to go grab stuff to make another one of the bots for us. Or another, start grabbing stuff to make the next one of these for us. These guys should still be trying to set these things off. There's 50, so they should be taking off to go grab those. You see they're starting to grab them now. So they'll take all those out. Those loaded into the rocket. And then the rocket will start taking off. Off he goes. All right, so we'll go back up to the platform. So, and I probably built, like always, I build too big, too fast. Like I always do that. But the trick here is trying to get your original platform set up, right? So now I do want to set up some circuit conditions here, right? So we're gonna go from here to here. I think I can just do, and then like here, right? Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Hit the wrong button. We go back. All right. So this one I want to set up to where enable, disable, and it's going to say if the iron plates, where are they? Iron plates here. And if they are 100, and see, it should be less than 100, so it should be set there, right? So that one should be trying to work right now, and it is, because this guy's got power now. So he's got power, he's starting to grab these things, right? And he's going to start doing that. Okay? And then let's see. And then this one I want to set to enable, disable, and this one is carbon, I think. So carbon, solid fuel. No, it's under space. Where's carbon? Let's see. No, not carbon. That's an asteroid crushing. Okay, let me figure out what I'm actually supposed to be doing in here. Carbon, asteroid chunk. Asteroid chunk, asteroid chunk. Okay, so this thing produces, oh yeah, so it's carbon. So it's carbon and ice. So this one I want to have set to, where's just straight carbon at? Oh, there it is, right there, carbon. So I'm going to have this one set to carbon, and then be like 100 of them, right? So I don't want to have over 100 of those in there. That's fine, right? And then this one, the same thing, except for this one's going to be set to ice. So there's ice, right? And then I'm going to do that. And then we'll set this one to 100 also. So I'm going to try to keep 100 of each of those in my machines here. We need to get the constant combinators set up. Aren't you working? Okay, I don't understand why you're not working. Maybe they got to be put into the main station. Maybe they don't work out there. That's not awesome. Control X these guys. Control, let's see. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do at all. M. Try that again without grabbing all of that. Let's see. Now let's do this. Let's do this. Put you guys all there like that. All right. Now they're all working. So XU. All right. So evidently you can't put it onto those things. Right. So this guy should start working. And there you go. So now we're starting to work. Now we're starting to get science being made. Right. So it's 5 science packs for each one of those builds. So this thing is, it probably is really slow right now because of the, it's 15 seconds. So it should be faster, but we just don't have enough, we're still trying to get enough packs up here to be able to get things in. Right? And then let me get back down here. We get this guy. All right, so now I can send those. So that should be 50 of those. They should grab those, and this guy should start requesting those at some point. Oh, we're sending more of those up there. That's fine. All right, so they're going to grab all those. And then hopefully they'll get the automatic request from over here in a second. Still waiting for all these guys to show up. It's a slow process. But it's good to have a good robotic, thing so that when you are requesting things to your platform, you don't need to send them up. That was my goal. My problem is I sent everything up beforehand, kind of automatically instead of doing it automatically. So magically is a much better plan. This guy's just kind of being slow about what he's trying to do here. Get all these guys put away. It should be taking those back to put them in storage halfway across the map. And then bringing them back. Why are you being so slow? You don't have that many bots? You do. You guys are just standing around not doing anything. Let's see. All right. Just waiting for paint to dry. Come on now. Don't know why. All right, so then my bot's put that one down, and he should automatically be doing that. So he hasn't requested anything because he doesn't have a thing built. So this will help us get stuff to the platform a lot faster, and we can build multiple platforms. So that is helpful. We're kind of going here because this guy's being slow. Why it's stuck? And I could probably beacon this and module the crap out of it and do all kinds of stuff. And it probably would be smart to do modules and stuff too. I'm not really worried about the speed on it, but the extra production probably would be helpful. But my problem is I'm so freaking well. I'm finally caught up with production, and I did that. I did copy this. This is a blueprint I pulled from the Ether. It just looked cool. I just wanted something, a solar panel that looked kind of cool and was tileable, and it was kind of a cool thing. I liked it. It's a honeycomb blueprint. I just searched for blueprints on the internets. All right, so there that guy goes. Finally, he's got all those now, and it's requested our constant combinators. So the next one should load. There's that guy. And then they should be bringing the constant combinators back to it. No, maybe. Nope, they're going to take those take those back to the other place. All right, let's go back to the space station. All right, so now we got most of these guys grabbing and doing what we need to do, and they're pulling stuff in. The problem is they're going to overload us, right? Because if we go in here and look, each one of these things takes a specific, like it can only hold like these metallic asteroid chunks are causing problems, right? And it's going to fill us up because if we have like 50 of each of these things in here, like we don't have the room to hold all these things. So we need to get those constant combinators up here sooner rather than later. And there it's launching science for us. All right. And then if I go back down here, I've kind of already set this thing up over here. Where's my science at? Oh, it's way over there. So I've kind of already set this thing up to do the space science. I probably need to do yellow science at some point too because it needs to be done. So, but you see it landing there, and then there's the white science going up. Do these guys right here like this. We get all these guys going in here. So now we have the space science being done. Now the problem is if it doesn't have enough to do it, it's going to start freaking out this way. I thought about putting conditions in or putting filters on some of these things so that they didn't do that, but it'll eventually get it all figured out, right? So yeah, so it's gonna take it a minute to get itself sorted. There you go. Come on. A little bit of science there. So we're gonna have science basically constantly coming back in. And then, so if we go here to T, we can start doing like efficiency modules, then like basic logistics system. Yeah, that's probably pretty much the next thing I need. So we're gonna go ahead and start that research. Now, when we do that, these things should all start burning out. Okay, so they're just gonna keep flopping they're just gonna keep fighting with it until they get enough in there to not fight with it anymore. So unfortunately, I've kind of created an infinite loop of them bouncing the science ones around. But, you know, what are you going to do? Are you guys useless? All right. All right. So those will all eventually get their lives figured out. Until then, they'll just have to deal with it. All right. So, I'm going to leave it alone. There's probably a better way to do that. I can't be bothered. The important thing is we have space science coming in, and we're able to start researching like the logistics system. We're able to start doing that stuff. Let me head back up to this space platform here. So now we have our constant combinators. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these things on. Oh, constant combinator. I'm going to do constant combinator, and I want to do space. I want to do metallic asteroid chunk. Okay. And then, let's see. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Like I said, I don't work on these things very often. This is not the thing I needed. Yeah, see, and what's happened is we've actually backed up and packed up our thing full of stuff now. And we're hurting. Come here. Okay. Yeah, so what's happening is we've basically completely filled up our inventory with these things, and I need to make them stop. Let me see if that will work. Yeah, no, that's not what I want to do. I need to do that, but get rid of wires. The problem is I need to get. I've messed up the thing that I'm missing here, and I don't do a lot with circuits. And that's the sad part is I probably should do a lot with circuits because I really do understand them a lot better. It was kind of my job. Right, so should be that one. Could do that. Oh, maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to do this, and then I need to do this. You do that, maybe. So how do I set its output? Maybe I need to do this. Read content, so that's where I want that to be, right? So let's go here. Let's go. This is where power pole comes in. Okay. All right. So this guy. But I can't set. I need to set it to greater than less than. See, this one. Carbonic. 10. And this is. That. That's not working. All right, give me a second. I'll be back. All right. I figured out what my problem was. I was using the wrong combinator. So I got those built. I just sent them up in the rocket. So let's go ahead and head back to our platform. and get this thing sorted out. So hopefully that rocket will be landing sometime soon, and then we can get these guys sorted out. I really want to probably. I never. Oh, that's not good. That's not. I don't know how to deal with that. That is very not good. That's why it wasn't wanting to send stuff up here, because we were overloaded. Let me get these guys out of here. Let me see. Now I don't know how to pick those things back up off the ground. That is going to be complicated. You know what? Let's send those back down. Okay, so it automatically picks them up. Okay, all right, good. Okay, let's go back to the space cubed here. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our red circuit here. No, I'm gonna take my red circuit like this on the output here. We're gonna connect to that guy. Then we'll take our green circuit and we're gonna go like this, right? And then I'm gonna go down here to the bottom one, and I'm gonna say, so green. We're gonna add condition. We're gonna say metallic asteroid. Add condition. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Let's see, 10. So I'm gonna do this. All right. So I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna go to metallic asteroid. I'm gonna say if it's greater than 10, you can output metal chunk, a constant of 1, right? And then we're gonna go ahead, close that guy, and we're gonna go up to the next one here, and we're gonna go carbonic asteroid. If it's over 10, you can output carbonic asteroid with a factor of 1. Okay, and then we're gonna go here. We're gonna say ice oxide chunk. If it's over 10, and I may be able to push those up a little bit, and then we're gonna say we're gonna output ice chunk of 1. Okay, and then these guys, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna say enable, disable. I'm gonna say set filter. Maybe just set filters, right? So right now the only thing it's allowed to pull is ice chunks in. Same thing here. We're gonna say set filter. Set filters is already on that one. Set filters, and then set filters, right? So now these guys can only pull in. Basically, we're limiting what they can do. But the problem is I need to get some of this stuff out of here, because I have too much stuff up here right now. I'm gonna send a bunch of this stuff back because I don't need it right now, and I need to clear up some space. I need to clear up some space to let this thing kind of work, and for it to start getting ice chunks in here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this guy like this, because he's the only one that can make ice chunks for me. Right, so that way he can grab ice chunks, and hopefully that will kind of. No, unfortunately, now I've got a little bit of science still running there. It's still trying to bring more stuff up here, but it can't because it's too full of other garbage. And I made he's building a bunch of stuff back here. Oh, I've created a problem that I have nobody to blame but for myself. So what I end up wanting to do here is I want this thing to kind of work through some of this stuff and kind of get this stuff sorted out, which will be eventually be a good thing. All right, so just a little bit of time to let this thing kind of figure its life out. It should be This guy should be... Oh, no. Is it because he's full of ice? Yeah, I have too much ice. I have too much everything here. So basically, I'm waiting for this thing to build stuff so that I can get the other stuff knocked down so that the other things can kind of work in. So this thing's just being slow. So I need to kind of probably move this and make more of these because I think this thing's able to grab stuff a lot faster than this thing can process it. Because these, they will do, how fast is it? 2 seconds crafting time. So like 3 of these could probably process like 4 of these things or something. Or maybe like 7 of them. Are we just, yeah. So, and the problem is we keep getting stuck where we can't, we just can't do enough to keep things running, right? And then, yeah, so I'm end up getting too much ice in here. You know what? I'm just going to send a bunch of iron chunks down. And then let them deal with it down there. And get my inventory kind of cleared. Like I could have, the other thing I could do too here is I could do this because I do have a few more of these things kind of going. So that way I had even more storage down here. So that should kind of allow us to kind of get this stuff kind of filtered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it run for a second. Let it kind of chew through some of this other resources. And then once I can get where I can turn these back on, then we can turn them back on. Because right now the only thing it wants to grab is ice. So these things are still grabbing ice and overloading. Because it's got too much stuff in it. And then this guy's just still constantly shooting stuff off. But at least we're getting down to where a little bit closer. I'm gonna be back when I get this thing kind of more manageable. Talk to y'all in a second. All right, I think this is about as manageable as I got it. So I basically turned this side back on. I turned it back on mostly to keep this side from, because what's happening is, well, these things are completely full now. So that one is, so is this one. Both completely full. The belt's completely full, and this thing's completely full. I just had to send another thing of iron down because I have to get this thing knocked down enough to where I can kind of get it to function again. It's too low. I added another science thing here. I added a lot more storage. I added more solar panels. Just pretty much everything. It's just the whole. It's just gotten out of hand. And probably the next thing to do is I'm going to do Control C. I'm going to try to see what happens. What do I do if I do this? And then I hit B. I just dropped this into a blueprint, right? And then I want to go over here to this thing. What happens if I hit this thing? No, it doesn't do that. So this one says, you're still building platform. What are you doing? Let's see. Build new space platform. Moonfisk. Why not? So we're going to create that. And then, so what is it going to do when it... Space platform hasn't been built yet, and rocket must deliver a space platform starter pack. All right, so I need to get a space platform starter pack built. All right. Space platform. No, that's a cargo bay. So I need to get a bunch of more steel and some. Oh, I need 60 space platforms. All right, so I need to get more space platforms. I want to see what happens if I just tell this thing to just build. All right, so we're just going to have it build a bunch of those things. I'm going to build another space platform and then just have it make Wyatt Science too. Once we kind of get all of it kind of built and put together. It'll be complete overkill. Honestly, if we went back up here to squared cubed right, we wouldn't really need to have as many of these things as we do, just simply because I learning the process here is it's caused me to have difficulty with it, and that's my own doing. Um, and But what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to have it build another space platform, and do basically the exact same thing with all the wires and everything. I'll just drop that guy in there, and then hopefully that will auto build, and then we'll have another one. From my understanding, each of these locations is kind of its own thing. There's only so many asteroids that can spawn in it. There's stuff like that, right? So the trick here is to have probably more than one of these things, and then that will allow us, as we do these things, to be able to build things and do stuff. So ultimately, probably want to have several of these things kind of going, and being able to have the packs and everything that we need. What are they after? Oh, they're probably after. No, we're not able to make that yet. They're bringing me more stuff to make another rocket platform. So if we head up here to our science, now what I did on my landing platform here is, this is our landing platform. I moved it from down there to up here. I'm requesting a thousand science, right? So I'm hoping to have 1,000 science here. I have it set up over here, so these guys will basically unload white science as fast as they can. These two here grab anything that's not white science and just get it out of there. And then once that stuff is so that way we can kind of keep that out. These will eventually be turned into a active provider chest, once I can, to basically keep those empty, because I don't want stuff to be kept in there. I want those to be emptied out as fast as I can. And then we're going to slowly be building this. So our logistics system is almost done. So this is a slow process, other than, obviously in the past, you dropped 1,000 science at a time. This one, I kind of like the way it's done. I'm kind of feeling the space age stuff now that I'm starting to get the hang of it and get it figured out. We just got to get some. I love this. The rockets constantly landing and constantly doing stuff. I probably need to put a bunch more of these in, to have it be able to do better. But I don't have any more of them built right now, so that's going to slow us down. But we are kind of going where we're going. We'll get that space platforms built. I don't need to build any more of those right now. I'm just waiting for 60 of these things. Let me run back down there and see how many more the factory's built for me. And then see if we can build the space starter pack. I want to try to put, to just paste that other one in and see what happens. Because it's going to be mad because I don't have a lot of the stuff that I need for it. That should be enough to do a space platform starter pack. Oh, that's going to go all the way to the end of that stuff, isn't it? You get rid of all these. Get rid of all those. And then we'll start building those back again. All right, so we'll get that space platform starter pack built. And then once we get that built, what I'm probably going to do is, I'm probably going to wait for the science to be done. And what we'll do next is start working on getting resources and starting using the bot network to move stuff around. And generally having this whole spaghetti factory down here, I'm just going to replace a lot of it with bots. So instead of doing this stuff, where it's kind of moving across, I'm just going to have it pick up the red belts, deliver it to the blue factory, and then with the other parts that it needs, and then just basically hand build stuff the way we need to. Not hand build it, but individually build it. So instead of using all the belts and stuff, I'm just going to start doing bots. We have plenty of this stuff, and that includes like these. What we'll do is probably take some of these and just turn them into active provider, or not passive providers. So that way we just have that stuff coming out, and It'll make it a lot easier for us to deal with a lot of this stuff. All right, so that stuff is all going well. All right, so that stuff is all going. So we researched the logistics system, so now we can actually build logistics systems, which is very helpful. And then now we have all of our boxes open now. And then I can actually take this guy. I'm going to just deposit him in there. They're going to come grab him and then deliver it down there to that guy. And then that should, once the bots figure out, come here. There you go. Take that. Where are you going? You're going to go put it in the box and have somebody else pick it up? That's too hard for you? You can't take it all the way down there? There you go. He put it in the box and then just going to run it straight down there. All right, so it would have been faster for me to take it down there myself, but, you know, it's more fun to watch the bot do it. That's why I have them anyway. He's got to charge. It's going to take him a minute. So once again, this game, you just start building stuff and it just gets completely out of hand, like every single time with this thing. Probably want to build. What am I missing? I'm missing a bunch of steel. Why am I missing that much steel? I have this much steel right up here. Oh, because I probably put it all in there. So let's do that. Let's build one of those while we're at it. All right, so that should be all going down there. They're all taking off to go grab all the stuff to allow me to build another one of these things. Not that I really need another one of them, but I'm going to do it anyway. So hopefully that should... see, starter pack is on the way. All right, so there's that one. So now we can go to Moonfisk, right? And then I can go in here. I can open my inventory here. I can open this guy, right? And I can go bloop, like this. And then this thing's just going to start placing everything down that it needs. It's going to request the stuff that it needs, and it's going to do everything that is needed. And then we're going to do this guy like this, and we're going to put one of those guys in there like that. So eventually, all of this stuff will be built, and then delivered and put up here. Now, the only problem is a lot of these things, it doesn't actually have being built down there. So like most of the power poles, stuff like that, but the space stuff I don't have being built. So I'm going to end up building that between this episode and next, and then just kind of doing what we can. So you'll see it's requesting belts. It'll start requesting stuff to send up there, and then we'll get that guy built. It'll be awesome. So as always, if y'all like these videos, if you want to see more of them, please hit a like on it. If you have a question or comment or concern, you can leave that down below. And if you're not subscribed and you'd like to be, I would really appreciate it. We're getting really close to a really big milestone on the channel, and I really appreciate you guys. So thank everybody for all the support and everything. We're gonna keep chugging along. You guys be safe. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.